All right, welcome back to the eBay shop. My name's Corey.
I'm Teresa.
And we are Grams and Pops Vintage. And today we're going to talk about, getting in over our head. But you guys know lately we've been doing the Amazon book thing, and our Rollo printer, our used one, has been giving us some fits lately with printing. It seems to stick a lot.
It does. So it prints okay on eBay,
Yeah.
but it does not like to print on Pirate Ship
or Amazon, really.
Amazon, or what's the other one? Bonanza.
Yep. So we bought it used, and we've used the crap out of it for like 3 years. So it's got a lot of good use, and it's been a good printer. But it was time to get a new one. So we did, and we actually worked out a deal with, I don't even know how to say their name right.
Munbyn.
Munbyn. M-U-N-B-Y-N. So we're actually going to have a little bit of a promo for the Munbyn printer in this video, which we've never done before. So stick around, though. We do have a good video, and we're going to show you a little bit about the new printer we bought. All right, guys, so this is the Munbyn printer we got. We got the white one. It comes in, you can get it in white, pink, or purple, I believe. And we got it with the stand for the labels. This connects either wired, which is how we have it plugged in. We have it plugged in directly through USB, or you can connect it through Bluetooth. That way you can print from either your computer or your phone. And it comes with a lot of different types of labels that you can use on it. And I believe it has a 2-year warranty. So if you have any issues with it at all, support has been super good with us. We actually had a little bit of a label printing issue right in the beginning, and they helped us right away. As soon as we got a hold of them, they got a hold of us back. So
They do have a fancy app for both Android and iPhone. On this app, they have thousands of different templates that you can choose from, all kinds of different ones. We're going to create a quick one just to show you the stickers. So you can just do a quick happy birthday one, but we actually have one that's saved. We have this one. Just hit print. Print.
there it is. And we actually use these just to stick on the outside of our box as a thank you when we ship our products. All right, so we're eBay sellers, so the most common use we have for this printer, the reason we got it is to replace another printer, is for our shipping labels. So Graham's going to go ahead and print one of our shipping labels for today, and it prints a 4x6 label just fine. And that is by far the most common thing that printer will be doing, but there are others. And because we've actually moved into selling on Amazon, we print a lot of 1x2 label for our books. So this is another, there's lots of different label sizes you can get right from Munbyn. This is a size we use commonly as a 1x2. And like I said, we use them for our books. So you can actually print those right from your phone as well. And she just printed a thank you sticker basically on those printers. We typically print barcodes on those to cover the barcodes on books before we send them to Amazon.
Correct.
So lots of different labels you can print and lots of different sizes, and it seems to print them all pretty well. We've used 3 different sizes at least, and it's done well on all of them.
Correct.
All right, guys, so that's it on the Munbyn printer. So far, we're really liking it. It's a very affordable printer, and it's done everything we've asked of it. If you guys are interested and you'd like to grab one for yourself, you can get them at munbyn.biz is the site. You can use the coupon code 05vintage to get 5% off.
Correct.
Or you can use one of our links. We have 2 of them, actually. One that goes to the printer, which is munbyn.biz/GramsPopsVintage-1.
Yep.
That goes to the printer. Or you could use munbyn.biz/GramsPopsVintage-2 for your labels and supplies.
Yep.
And that's a lot to remember. So if you'd like, the links are actually below in the description and the pinned post. And that's it.
We're going to keep pulling.
All right, so before we jump into the main topic of the video, we do have a few things that actually sold that need to get out today. And what is the first one?
We're going to argue about who found this one, but anyways.
There's no argument. I found this one.
There is. It is a Wilton Armetal Hollowware Reggae Pewter Wine Cooler.
Yep. I found that at a Goodwill and picked it up just because I saw it was pewter and it was kind of a neat design. It's really heavy. And I said, we should look into that, and looked it up. And the comps were pretty decent, though fairly slow moving. And Teresa thinks she looked it up, but she's wrong.
Okay.
So that's it right there. What did that sell for?
$59.99.
And what do you say for me finding it?
You didn't find it.
Say thank you?
No, you didn't find it.
Yes, I did.
No.
So this will happen. If you source enough with your spouse, she will start trying to convince you you're crazy and you didn't find the things you did. You just have to move past it.
Because I'm right.
She knows she's wrong.
I'm right. Okay. Up next, we sold a fish finder. We sold an Eagle Ultra 2 fish finder. It has a transducer, the power cord, the carrying case,
the batteries.
It has 2 brand new batteries.
So this is it. I don't want to unfold it all, but it's just an Eagle depth finder that's all self-contained, used for ice fishing most likely. So I know we buy so many of these. I don't know where we got this one, but we don't pay much for them.
We paid $15 for it, and then there's $2 for the batteries that we got at a garage sale.
Yep.
So we sold that for $99.99.
Fish finders. They always do good for us.
They do.
All right. So as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, we're kind of, this week we've been way in over our heads when it comes to reselling. But the first buy we did, it was kind of an exciting buy, but it's a really creepy buy.
And it's a convoluted way we got them.
Yeah. Teresa found them on Marketplace, negotiated the deal, had to have her older brother pick him up in the town where he lived because it's like an hour away.
Yep.
And then...
But I gave him the wrong address to go pick it up at first. And then he went back. He went to the correct address, picked them up. Didn't know for sure if he got them because he never messaged me and said, hey, got them.
We had to pay his wife, Teresa's sister-in-law, through Venmo.
She's your sister-in-law, too.
Well, she's my sister. Sorry, sister-in-law. And then we had to have another sister who was coming through that town back through our way, pick him up and bring him to us. So way crazy kind of way to get the buy done. But we did get it done. I'm going to put a picture of them up here. They're called Zombie Babies, and they couldn't get more creepy.
They're made by Halloween, or Spirit Halloween. They're not made by Spirit Halloween. They're sold by Spirit Halloween. They're designed by different people, but they're like half foam, half vinyl, creepy zombie babies.
Yeah, they're kind of right on that fine line of being just super creepy, but also kind of super cool. Mm-hmm. And I think we paid $150 for everything.
Yep, we did.
So, we paid $120, but then we also gave her brother some money for picking them up. So I think we came out at $150.
We should have gave them a little bit, and I should have gave Tara some for delivering them.
Next time.
Okay. But yeah, so I haven't listed them yet, but I did draft them.
Yep.
So I just have to take pictures yet. They're all retired. So most of them were created in 2011, 12, 13, and 14. And they
10 years plus old.
Yep. They don't make them anymore. And they made them for like, most of them, it was like a 1 year in store and 1 year online, and then they were done.
And they're in phenomenal shape. I mean, there's no cracks or splits in them. They're in really good shape for being vinyl.
One is animated.
Yeah.
He has a motion sensor.
Well, and one they used like glow in the dark paint to paint the eyes on one of them.
Yep.
But I don't think it's a big deal. It's a super rare one. I don't think it takes away from it.
No, and I think it makes it look cooler.
It kind of does. So, Zombie Babies. That's where we started our week, and it just goes downhill from there. So we'll talk about that.
Yep, I'm excited to list them.
I didn't put my phone on silent. Oops. That was a new offer.
I didn't either, but mine's goes through my headphones that are connected to my phone right now.
All right, so before we get into where we really got over our head, let's see what sold next.
We sold Legos. We sold a Lego Friends Magical Fun Fair roller coaster building block set.
There's absolutely no way to move these around without them being noisy. So I'm going to show you quick. This is the set. They're all there, right? Are we missing a few?
Yep, it's missing a few. It's missing, I think, 4 or 5 pieces.
So Teresa builds all these Legos and figures out which pieces are missing so she can list them. And I think she's nuts because it's not a good time investment.
No, but it's fun.
And I don't think that would be fun. She likes it. I think it would be insane. I would just throw them all in a bag, but that's the one there.
So that one, I did go out to Toy Something and bought a few Lego pieces that were missing to make it more complete, but a couple of the pieces are ones that you can't buy anymore. So I didn't do that. I didn't complete it, but that one sold for $44.98.
And it probably took you 9 hours of building and ordering and...
No.
All right, what do you got next?
We sold a patch. We sold a vintage Chevy Super Service with the bow tie embroidered sew-on patch. This is one of the new, but not fabulous.
Yep. Another one of those patches going out. So those have been pretty popular. And what did that one sell for?
It sold for $9.99, free shipping, but it only cost 69 cents. Okay, the next item was ones that we bought in a huge lot. Remember we filled that box at that one garage sale with a bunch of stuff?
A bunch.
A bunch. So this is actually a classic Ornament Season's Greeting, Door County, Wisconsin, 24 karat gold plate, 24 karat gold brass.
Yeah, there's 2 ornaments.
Oh, they only get one.
Yeah, I think they get. I think
get
they
that
get
one.
this one here.
Yep.
This is going to be hard to see. Hold on.
Yep, I didn't
I think
realize
they
there were
get
2.
that one there. We have 2 ornaments in that box, so that's the one they get. And we'll double check to make sure that we didn't picture the box or the other ornament. But how much did that go for?
It went for $9.99 plus shipping. I'm surprised that didn't go to Meg. She's
the
from Door
lighthouse?
County.
Oh, Door County Coffee.
Yeah.
That's where we get our coffee.
It is.
All right, so the over our head part, the really over our head part. Teresa found. Well, no, I found.
No. Yeah, you go
found
there. You go
Oh,
there.
she's going to give me credit for this one.
Yep.
I found a Facebook post that was about 6 days old on Marketplace. And it's one I hadn't seen before, but it was a storage unit. It was probably a I don't know, maybe 10 by 30 unit.
Yep.
It was a big, big unit, super tall. And it was just packed floor to ceiling with clothing. It was all bagged up clothes. Well, it wasn't to the ceiling.
Yes.
It was like an RV tall unit.
Yep.
But it was really tall.
Yep.
Like it was, there
put
was
a picture
so
up
much.
here.
Yeah, I could put the picture of the listing up here. And by the time we saw that listing, he had lowered the price from $1 a bag to it's free. Just please come get it.
Yep. So I negotiated, not negotiate. I didn't negotiate.
Didn't have to
with him.
negotiate it.
I messaged him. It took him a little bit to respond back to us, but he gave us the code to the padlock to get into the storage unit, and said, "Take what you want. Just do not, whatever you do not open the bags and go through them, and also do not bring back what you do not want."
Which made me nervous because him saying don't bring him back made me think, okay, this is just all garbage and he's just trying to get rid of it. But it was free. It was worth the risk. And looking at the picture, I figured 4 or 5 quick trips with the pickup, and it was fairly close to the house. And we could clean that unit out. And that was nowhere near the case.
Nope. We went on a first trip.
Yep.
We filled the back seat and the trunk of my car. I drive a
Completely.
Honda Accord, so the trunk is pretty roomy.
And that was a lot. I mean, when we came and sorted that out, that was a lot of clothing when we finally got through it. And then when we went to go back, we took the pickup and we loaded the entire bed of the pickup stacked up,
back seat.
plus the back seat all the way almost to the ceiling in the back
It was
seat.
touching the ceiling.
And just completely packed it full. And then we kind of sorted those at the office while we were
So
in town.
we have a clothing heap pile.
I think I
at
have
our
a picture of
office.
that. I'll put it up here. But yeah, that was like hundreds and hundreds of pieces of clothing. I mean, we have piles and piles. And after that, we decided, since we already had the truck unloaded and we had already sorted those, which took us a good part of the night, we were going to grab another full pickup load on the way home. So we did that. We filled the entire bed of the pickup again and brought them home. And then we sorted those this morning, thinking we would grab the truck and the trailer and go back to finish cleaning the unit out, which the truck
we
and the
did.
trailer couldn't have cleaned what was left out.
No.
We would have to take 2-3 trips with the truck and trailer as well.
Yes. So we did load up the trailer. We did go back to the storage unit.
Someone had beat us there.
Someone did. He had been spending all morning. I don't know if he went in like earlier this morning and noticed that some of the stuff was gone, but he went in with a minivan and cleaned out the entire rest of the unit.
He had to have taken a dozen trips. Like he had that unit cleaned out. There was nothing left.
No,
when we
he
got
swept
there.
it out and everything, I think.
Yep.
We thought it was the guy when we pulled up. We thought it was the guy that owned the storage unit.
Yep.
And then the guy was like, "Well, are you the one that talked to my wife?" And we're like,
Nope.
no." So I don't know who's been talking to his wife.
So the good news was we have so many clothes right now. Like we've never had clothes that we could fill a Goodwill right now with how much clothes we have. And that means we have to switch up our business. I mean, essentially we have to change things in our business to become a clothing store for the next couple of months. So just so we can get listed.
Yep.
Like there's so much. I would say
But-
a good, how much is just garbage? Probably
About
half.
50. We threw away about 50% of it.
Yeah.
Because it was stained up, ripped. Like you pull on the shorts and you can hear it go because the elastic's all.
There was a lot of garbage in there. I mean, a
Yep.
good 50% is going in the dumpster because it's just not even, it's not good. I mean, there was some nasty, nasty stuff in there. But it was all clean. It all smells like it has been washed. Like it
Oh yeah,
it seems like it's really clean.
like you go into some store, you know, I watch the Bearded Thrift Machine, and they go into storage units, and they always give a rating when they're in there on how it smells. But this one, like as we were sorting through the clothes at the office, you could smell the like fabric softener laundry soap on it. So I know that a lot of it was washed, but even though it's washed, once it's washed and dried, a lot of the stains are not coming out.
Yeah, and there was some pretty bad stains. So half of it went in the garbage, or is still in the process of getting to the garbage because we heaped up a full dumpster here. They just emptied it, so we can heap it up again. We will probably fill
it back up because we might have to take bags with us back to the office tonight.
Yep.
To get our garbage and then put it in the dumpster.
Yeah. So we have clothes in 2 spots. I mean, they're everywhere.
Yep.
And now we have to get our flat lay done. Like we did find some really cool stuff. There's some vintage stuff, some vintage Harley, some vintage sports.
Can I say what I found?
Sure.
I have never in the wild, besides garage sales that are advertised for it, found Lululemon. I found 2 Lululemon.
Yeah, we tried to find Lululemon once. We know how that turned out.
Yeah, it was not Lululemon. Go back and watch previous video. But the other really cool thing that we found in there, I think out of all my stuff, even the Harley stuff, was that Levi corduroy patch on the elbow, like suit jacket.
It is pretty cool. And it's like, we don't know if it's worth a lot yet.
No.
We haven't comped it. It's just a really cool piece and it's super clean. So we did find some gems in there. Mm-hmm. And then we found a lot of just common stuff that we're going to be sorting through. And that, I mean, some of it we're probably going to have to do lots.
Yep. And a lot of it are brands that, you know, I've never heard of. I'm guessing they're boutique brands and stuff like that. But as soon as you start, you know, going through stuff and you see I don't even know how to say it now.
I don't even know what you're saying.
Massimo, I think is what it is. And some of the other brands that are like Walmart brand, Target name brands. George. Those type of things. You know, we knew that they just need to get lotted up for somebody who maybe wants to sell clothing at, you know, a thrift store or something like that. There's a lot
of really good, clean pieces in there. They're just common stuff. They're not, like, I don't want to list a bunch of stuff that's $8-10 on the store and then is not going to sell very fast. So we're going to have to set some guidelines for what we're going to list and what we're going to lot. And then we'll be selling off a bunch of lots of clothing for probably the next 6 months. Like, we're in it now.
Maybe.
So that's, I mean, we're completely over our head. We're not clothing people. We're not set up for photographing clothing, but we're going to, like, this forces us to really get in and we'll probably learn a few brands. So, all right. What's sold next?
Oh, wait, I got to ask a real quick question for those of them out there.
Oh, cool.
What are good brands of clothing? Because we will be having to go through them. And I know certain ones that I've heard people talk about, like Lululemon, Athleta, you know.
Cabela's and American Eagle. That's all you need.
Carhartt,
Wranglers.
American Eagle.
Sure, that's a good brand.
No. I mean, it's an expensive brand. Don't go... No, don't get me wrong. American Eagle, their clothes are somewhat expensive.
No, they're not.
Yeah, they are. Yeah. When you go into the store and pay store price, they are.
That's like fancy side of Walmart. It's a little further from the Jello aisle.
But I did get heartbroken because I have sold a pair of Ariat jeans, and there was a pair of Ariat jeans in there.
Destroyed.
But yeah, somebody ripped out the butt in them.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, what's sold next?
We sold a Monster High. We sold a Monster High 13 Wishes Twyla Boogeyman nude doll.
So that's
you know who her dad
little
is?
Purple there. The Boogeyman?
It is the Boogeyman.
Who would have guessed it? So the Boogie Girl.
She sold for $24.99 plus shipping. This next one, I sat on for a little bit. But oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
It is a CK, which stands for Calvin Klein. In case you didn't know. Silver mirror suspension series with a leather strap watch. So it needs a new battery.
It looks a little bit like an eyeball.
But when I first Google Lens this, I'm going
It's
to
a
give you a little
watch.
information. It is a watch. I did say it was a watch.
Did
I
you?
said it was a leather
Okay,
strap
I
watch.
wasn't paying attention.
When I Google Lens this, the only thing I could find on it whatsoever is a replacement glass for it.
Yeah.
And the replacement glass they had listed for like $50 because it's like a curved,
Yeah, it's like
weird
a dome
shape. But I listed it, and I listed it for I think like $119. I'm looking real quick just to double check. What did I list it for?
Are you asking?
No, I listed it for $129.99. And since it had sat for a little bit, somebody sent me an offer of $110, and I was like,
Yep, we'll take that.
so that sold for $110 plus shipping. And the best piece of it is, I think that's going international. That is, remember?
There you go.
It's going to Mexico because I think I sold something to Pablo Escobar's family.
So ship it and forget it.
Yes.
All right, what do you got next?
Sold some FootJoy. We sold some FootJoy Junior lace-up white and blue golf shoes, size 5.
Okay, so that's them there. They are golf shoes for very little people, like kids' shoes. Size 5 is tiny.
They're junior.
So what do those go for?
They went for $19.99, but I got excited when I saw them.
It's not terrible.
Yeah, but I paid $10 for them.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah.
That took the joy out of it.
It did take my joy out of it. Because everybody talks about FootJoy. Like, FootJoy is supposed to be a good golf brand.
Nah, I don't
But
think I've ever heard anybody
no.
say it was.
Yeah, they have.
I don't
If you
pay
watch other
attention.
YouTubers, they say it's good.
I don't think so. No.
I think so.
Well, and they're children's.
They're young. They're smaller size, so I don't think they're as good at that size.
All right. The bad part of the clothing. I call it the clothing buy. We didn't buy anything. It was all free.
We acquired our clothing acquisition.
Our clothing acquisition. We jumped at the chance to take the opportunity, but the opportunity is actually going to cost us a little bit in the end because it's one time. Like for 2 days, we've been tied up with this and we're not even close.
Nope. But the one good thing is we are coming up on winter. And so that's a slower time for us. Like, not slower, but I mean, sourcing-wise, it's slower. So that might do us some good.
You know I'm trying to tell them about the bad, right? Not the good. Oh. I would say probably the second worst thing about it is that we're not set up for it. I mean, there's a silver lining to it. It makes us get set up for it. And we need to be set up for handling clothes. I think when the opportunities come, you have to jump on them and you have to sell what you're able to get. This just happened to be what we were able to get right now. So we kind of have to capitalize on it.
We did.
But it sucks because it's clothes and that sucks.
And Corey hates clothes. So guess what Grams is going to be doing?
Well, I'll be helping. I mean, it's something we're going to figure out, but we have ways to go. Like, we're going to do some house cleaning. We're going to have to set that flat lay up, which means we're going to have to clear out some space to do it. We're going to have to set up some new lights for photographs, and we're just going to be buried in clothes for 6 months. I mean, there's a lot of downside to taking that opportunity, but I don't think we could have passed it up.
No, because we did find some gems in there, and for free to sell something that you got for free is...
I think we have a couple of baskets set aside, one here and one at the office, and we probably have $200, $300, maybe $400 worth of what we would consider gems that we just grabbed them and pulled them out because we knew they were good. They were vintage. We found 3 or 4 single stitch vintage. Like, there is some decent stuff in there. So there is a silver lining to all of it, but it has buried us, and we're going to remain buried in clothes for a while. Some we will have to rewash, so that's not a great thing because there is some hair on some of it.
Yes.
So,
but I typically rewash. I wash most of the stuff. Most of the stuff that we sell directly on eBay goes through the wash, unless it's brand new.
Yep.
I don't wash it. But that stuff, I mean, we'll go through and we'll put when we get to the point of putting lots together, we'll check them over and see if they're clean. And if they're not, I can do smaller loads of laundry to take care of the ones that have, dog hair or need a little bit of tender, loving care.
And we did order some more of that grandma's spot remover. I think we have a link in our Amazon store below. We like that. If you have some that are pretty decent that you want to try and save and you want to try to treat some of those stains, that grandma's spot remover works really good. We use it on hats a lot. So we did order some more of that. It's on its way. It should be here in the next day or so.
Yeah, that one didn't make sense to me at all. Remember when I ordered that? And you could buy 1 bottle for $11, 2 bottles for $20, or 3 bottles for $24.98.
That's what you call a deal.
So I've ordered 3 bottles.
So we got 3 bottles coming.
We do.
All right, so we got a few more products we got to go out. What do you got?
We sold Corey's favorite DVDs. We sold the Mighty Ducks Trilogy, D1, D2, and D3.
These are by far not my favorite DVDs. These are not even close. These are cool movies. I liked them as a kid. Like I did watch all of these, and I do like them. But if I was going for my favorite movies, I'm probably leaning a little more in the direction of like a Riddick or something. Like not this.
Ooh, you mean like the new Riddick that's going to come out?
Or We Were Soldiers with Mel Gibson. That's one of my all-time favorites.
What about Saving Private Ryan?
That was okay. But
What about
D2, D1, 2, and 3? They're not even top 10.
what about Pitch Perfect?
That's pretty good. That's got to be top 10. That's a good movie. Not so much the sequels, but the original.
Okay, so those movies sold for $24.99 free shipping. The last item.
Is that a bathrobe?
It is a bathrobe. It is a Barbie My Scene. Oh, sorry, hold on. It is a 2003 Mattel My Scene Getting Ready in My Tub Kenzie swimsuit and robe.
Yeah, so it's got the swimsuit and the bathrobe in there.
Yep.
Look how little space that takes up. It's smaller in your hand. We got hundreds of these type of things in little totes. And that sold for how much?
That sold for $14.99 plus shipping.
Telling you guys, doll clothes, you're missing out.
I could argue both ways on that. You're missing out because
You have to identify them.
They take up little space. They're quick ships because they drop in a poly mailer
So
or
easy.
a padded envelope.
Return on investment is like a penny into $15.
Yep, but I've gotten to the point where I don't spend as much time doing them.
Yep.
If I can't identify it right away by Google image or knowing the Barbie in my head, then I just lot them all together.
Yep. So they're good, but you have to be able to identify them to get top dollar. If you're just trying to lot them up or sell them as just generic clothes, Barbie clothes, whatever, they're not as good. So if you're willing to spend the time to identify them, but you can say that about a lot. Like silverware, if you're willing to spend the time and identify the silverware, you can get more money out of them.
Yeah, but silverware are easy to identify nowadays.
Yeah, that's true. They're easier because they have the image search.
Replacements.com and their image search.
All right, guys. I think that's it for today. If you're interested in the Munbyn printer, there's links down below for you, and there is a coupon code, so go ahead and check the description, and we'll probably pin a comment down there too. So I think that's it. We're going to get out of here and get to packing. We'll see you next time.
Hasta la vista, baby.
All right, guys. We got our Monday packing done. It looks like we got 33 orders going out, and we're putting the printer to the real test now, which we've done before. And this isn't the first time we printed Monday orders on it. So 33 labels coming out. We're gonna package everything up. We got a few over there. Any final words? What's
I'm
that
tired.
look? What's that look? She tired from packing?
Yep.
Oh, all right. See everybody later.